we go to interview some teacher and student, we got the new also. Because in Lippi, when I also develop curriculum for them in my but in reality I don't know how they feel. When I go to the interview, I get some knowledge from them. Well, in reality, what does mean the student-centered education? But when we develop the curriculum and textbook, we don't know really what they need. When we interview them, we got some. And when we go to the classroom observation also, how they organize the teaching and learning practice in classroom, we found that something is new for us. And then we have to think how in the future have to adapt the policy maker or the curriculum developer and textbook to meet the local people. Yes.
Thank you.
Yes, I was thinking about, you mentioned as a point of departure for a study the neo-colonial position of Laos in relation to Western countries, and that the dependency on Western countries and donors and the World Bank as well has influenced the education system a lot. But then I was thinking about, there are a lot of geopolitical changes in this area, and there are, for instance, you have a lot of aid from Japan, and there is strong influence from China in Laos and in Indochina in general. And I was thinking how this other kind of neo-colonial agents could influence the ideas of how the education system, where there are donors who are not traditionally Western countries, but are still acting as more neoliberal in a neo-colonial context. Do you see any signs of influence from countries like China and Japan in the education system in relation to AIDS and so on, to the education sector in Laos?
I think the influence from neoliberalism, because now Laos we become the socialist, we follow the socialist ideology. We have the different kind of democracy and the kind different from Western democracy. Maybe when we accept in Laos we call the democratic centralism in our context. That means the information flow up and then the decision flow down. But maybe for the neo-liberalism, maybe you have a different democracy on something, maybe effect, and then we try to know how we accept from this. I think that is effect. We don't know really. I answer the question.
Well, okay.
He asked about Asian countries' influences from Japan, for example, and China. Do you have any influences from Japan?
In the education system, if there is a country with another cultural background than the West, more similar to the Lao.
We have Indian because our education also now effect from the China and Japan. We reach our students and go to learn in China, in Japan now, quite a lot now. That means when we send our students there, they have to affect our system of education, I think. In Japan also, every year we got the fund from Japanese government to send the student to study there, and mostly in Vietnam, the majority in Vietnam and China, and the third maybe in Japan. Yes, sir. if we send the student there, I think the education effect from this.
You have today another ongoing global issue in education, and that is the increasing number of private schools, colleges, and universities. What's your opinion about that? Is that new elite schools in new clothes? Do you have private schools in Laos?
Yes.
What's your opinion about that? Is that in a socialist country, is it acceptable, or is it by bending the rules?
Yes, we have a private school, but we have to follow the private school have to follow the policy of the government and regard how is the policy of the government make the policy for the create the new generation. They have to from the government. Not everything they bring by themselves. They have to regard the government. Yes.
I think when after we open the country, especially when we reform the new economic mechanism, because the government try to follow the Western or something and try still call socialist, but we follow accept some ideology from Western, and then the government cannot run education because increasing the number of the students, the state school cannot accept everyone to study, and then what we have to solve the problem. The government allow to have the private school to solve this problem, because one university can accept only maybe 10,000 or 1,000 per year, but the student who graduate from high school maybe 20,000. What you have is the crisis, and then how to solve the private school. We have to solve this problem, and then we accept, the government accept this.
Any questions from the audience? I think we are tired. So I think this section and the board will have. Thank you.
They class my finger all the time.
You can becoming more and more nervous because you see more and more presentations.
No, their turn first. Their turn first. Still a long time for me.
I don't know, I can get in the house with the elevator.
But
I have to call you maybe.
this evening,
Yes.
that you can call me.
Okay.
So we have to decide what time. Yeah, we will go to the party.
I can call you also.
No. We have to ask now.
Okay. Maybe 7 o'clock is quite early.
ละครได้เลยไม่ได้เป็นห่วงเลยเนาะหนังม้วนยาวเว้ยปักไก่บ้านหัวปักไก่
พิธีสำเร็จหมดแล้วเด้อการป้องกันเป็นประกาศอันนี้ไว้เป็นขั้นตอนในการป้องกันบทจบสั้นระดับปริญญาเอกของมหาวิทยาลัยเมียในที่นี้แต่ว่าจะมีความแตกต่างกันไปเนาะจากแต่ละภาควิชาหมายความว่าขึ้นกับระดับของนักศึกษาและกับบทบางวิชาบางภาควิชาก็ใช้เวลาหลายคนนี้แล้วก็หลายคำถามคนเราก็อยากให้อาจารย์ด่วนเข้าใจ
เซด็อกเตอร์เนี่ยขึ้นน้ำขอบคุณมันจะมาขอบคุณ
นั่นแม่ลงเวียกงานในจักโมงจะเริ่มนี่
ไปทาง
จะไปแต่งกินกันเนี่ยจักโมงได้ฟ้านละสิมาจักโมงให้เรา
มาแล้วเนี่ย7 โมงเอาเลย
มาก่อนจากอันนี้ละกะ
เอากระแสก่อน